But what we do is we try, almost every time we eat out at Mexican over there, we try to pay for our dinner in 5 minutes in the Goodwill. All right, so sometimes me and my wife do something called a taco challenge, and we haven't done it in a while because we haven't been going to the Goodwill very much, because we kind of made a deal with each other that we had to get through this death pile before we went back to the Goodwill so we could organize it and have the Commonwealth cabin out there organized and have the cave in here organized. So we haven't been there, but I've had a little trouble with my phone lately, and I had to go to the store to have them check it out and tell me what's wrong, see if I needed a new one, what the deal was. And so on one side is the Goodwill, and on one side is the Mexican restaurant that we go to. And so we went in there, and while we were in there, we thought, should we go to the Goodwill? And both of us are like, nah, we probably shouldn't go to the Goodwill. But what we do is we try, almost every time we eat out at Mexican over there, we try to pay for our dinner in 5 minutes in the Goodwill. So we go to the Goodwill for 5 minutes, see what we can find, and see if we can pay our bill. Well, the kids had already eaten today, and so they didn't eat anything at the Mexican restaurant, so our bill was pretty cheap, right around 20 bucks. And so we're like, all right, well, 5 minutes, let's go in there real quick. But my phone wasn't working, and it was in the shop there, and her phone had 1%. So like, well, we can't even put it on videotape. So we went in there anyways, and we're like, we're going to do this old school style and see what we can find without any phones, without looking anything up, and see if we can make our 20 bucks or 21 bucks, I think it was, back from eating out. So we went in there, and she found a couple things that I knew we could make $3, $4 a piece on. One I think we could make $6 on, and then we both saw the same thing at the same time, and it was in the book section. We hit the hard goods for about a minute. She went to plush and I went to media, and we met accidentally at the books because we both saw the same thing, and we went and got it. And I'm going to let you see what it was, and I think we'll make our money, at least $21 back on it. Let's take a look. All right, so here's what we found. This is a couple days ago now. We bought one thing for ourselves, actually, and then we spent $20 on a set of books, which is a lot of money. But we did it because we're pretty confident we can double our money and make a little bit more and win the taco challenge. So here we go. And a lot of you have seen these before, and they're the Bible story books. But what made this worth paying $2 a piece for, which I would really never ever do at a garage sale, is that these things are pristine. I mean, these things are in terrific condition, all of them. And the full set is there. They look like they've never even been opened. It's a 10-volume set. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then here's the rest of them right here. And this is, I think, 1975. I have to check again. But because they are, like new, I mean, we could even list these things as new. They really do look pristine. I'm thinking a minimum, I think we'd ask probably $50 plus shipping. I know for a fact we can get 40, and at that price we're making 15 bucks. But I think we're going to make a little bit more than that. I think we're going to ask $59.99, something like that, plus media mail shipping on those. So if you ever see these out and about, I wouldn't recommend buying one-offs, but if you can find the whole set and they're all the same year, I think I'd pick them up. I've sold them for $50 all day long, and I usually buy them. I think I've sold 4 or 5 sets over the years, and I think one of my early videos actually has one of these on it. From a garage sale that we went to early last summer. And it's a nice little deal. The Bible story, they're Maxwell. It'll say Maxwell on it. And some of the older ones I think are a little thicker, a little bigger. But hey, it's quick money on those. I pick them up. I think the last set I picked up was $1 a piece. And so I got a set of 10 for 10 bucks. And I think we got 50 for it. So it's not incredible money, but it's fairly easy money. All right, next time we do a taco challenge, I'll bring my GoPro or something and let you go through it with us. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Commonwealth Picker. My name is Kevin, and we are in the eBay cave today, and we have a pretty good day of sales. I think 19 last check. One on the Homeschool Hustler store makes 20, and right before I hit the record button, there was another little chime, and I haven't looked at that one yet. There's another one right there. Well, there you go. Got another one. So we have enough here for a long video, but I wanted to put something else in. We got a really, really nice gift from a viewer And one other viewer sent something as well, and I want to mention that. But the very, very kind, very generous gift I want to let you see at the end of the video, and that is from Ed out there. And Ed has been kind to this program now twice in an unbelievable way. So maybe 3 times if I remember, Ed. So Ed, thank you so much. And I know you don't do it for a shout out or anything like that. And if I recall, you didn't even ask us to mention you last time. So, but I can't help but mention this one. So hang around to the end of the video and you're going to check that out. And hopefully you saw the Goodwill purchase already. We go into the Goodwill often, but we haven't been in months, which is really, really, really hard on Blue Ridge Mama. It's not as hard on me because I see this death pile over here every day, and I try to get through it in the wintertime before the garage sales hit. Now, I usually don't get out and do the first set of garage sales because I'm heavy into the baseball season, coaching baseball, and we have scrimmages on those first Saturdays. But I get into it pretty quick, and I like to have space. This year, I'm fortunate that we'll have that Commonwealth cabin, and we'll have the space in here. And so the reason I wanted to divide these sales up into 2 days is because I also want to put the video on from out in the Commonwealth cabin probably tomorrow and give you a little bit of an update what's going on in there as we get closer and closer. So we're getting excited. So at any rate, let's take a look at what sold today. All right, speaking of Goodwill, this was a Goodwill buy, and I bought this one at Goodwill and didn't ever list it. A lot of times I'll take the jackets and I'll put them up in a closet out there, hang them up on a couple of, I don't know what you want to describe it, they're like utility hooks, and I hang them up in there, and then I wait until the fall when I have a little bit of time. I'm buying this stuff in the summer, so I just wait until the fall and I list it in the fall. And this time I didn't get to this one until not very long ago, so this has been out there for maybe a month or so is my guess, and it sold for $45. Free shipping, which might have been a mistake. I wouldn't normally do free shipping. I'd put like $7 shipping on this, even though it's going to be more than that, because I can control it. If I can't get it in a padded flat rate bag, this is pretty big to get in there, but I probably can, then I will put it in a region A, or we'll do pirate ship on it, so I can keep the cost down. But nonetheless, $45. This, believe it or not, at our Goodwill, a lot of you are going to get jealous out there. Before you get jealous, just remember, our Goodwill doesn't have high-priced merchandise. We live in a pretty suppressed income area. But what they do have, and when they have it, is cheap. This costs $3.99 for a Levi's jean jacket size medium. So 45 bucks is what we got for this one. All right, I got 3 of these guys going out. This one's going to Christopher. This one's going to Tish. And this one is going to Luke. And Luke writes, you are... This is funny. I don't know if you, it's funnier if you're looking at it than if you're saying it, but I think you'll get the point. He says, you are an amazing guy. E-N-E-M-A-Z-I-N-G. An amazing guy. I'm not, and no, I'm not sorry for the pun. For real, though, your channels are great. Your channels are both great. God bless you, Luke. Luke, that's funny. That's awesome. We do appreciate it. All right, here are a couple of those 70s clothing items that we got from the from what we call the Sunny Shares consignment sale. And that comes from a video entitled Private Pick from a Storage Auction Reseller. And that's on the garage sale playlist maybe 3-4 weeks ago at this point. And that was kind of a fun one. I put it out on Super Bowl Sunday, thinking that a lot of people were watching the Super Bowl, and I didn't want to put one of the garage sale videos out. And Sonny was nice enough to have us over, and we got to look at his eBay reselling area. And he does storage auctions, and he does a few different ways that he pushes his items out Facebook Marketplace. So he has a different model than I do, and he wanted to unload these 70s items because they're kind of, they're a little research intensive. And I thought, hey, that's a great deal. And of course, I then unload most of it on Blue Ridge Mama, and she gets stuck with it. But these are really cool. There's also a garage sale video on Commonwealth Flipper, or a video on Commonwealth Flipper with me and her going through it. I think it's entitled That 70s eBay Haul, something like that. And there's 2 of them over there, and we go through the whole thing. So we've done really well on the items we've sold so far. And it's going to probably, there's going to be some really good ones in there, but there's going to be some really bad ones in there. And kind of a pain. And there'll be some not worth selling at all. But at any rate, these sold for $25. Just these 2 pairs. I guess they're shorts. First I thought they were skirts, but they're not skirts. They're shorts. Let me show you this one here. Pretty small for that matter. And it says extra small this is how she listed it in case you're going to list something like this. She does a pretty good job. Vintage 60s, 70s, women's high-waisted shorts. Handmade, mod, hippie, floral, Aztec. And that's the Aztec right there. So that's how she did it, extra small, small. And they sold pretty quick. These things only been listed for a day or two. Sold for $25. Now we're splitting this 50-50 with Sunny, which is why we call it the Sunny Shares sale. Also because Sunny and Cher in the 70s, but I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm an old soul, y'all. I don't know if you realize that or not. I was born in the 70s, but I just got done listening to Glenn Miller before we started this video. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I've always been like that. All right, so far on this sale, boy, these lights are kind of bright today. So far on this sale, we are at $128 so far. And if you look at those videos on Commonwealth Flipper, they are some massive tubs full of clothes. It's going to take us a long time to get through there. But the deal is, at the end of each month, I'm going to take half of the money that this is profit right here. This is after expenses, fees, shipping, the whole 9 yards, even material. And after that, we're going to send half of the money each month to Sunny. And then keep the rest of it, of course, and then start the list over. We won't start this list. I'd like to keep track of the whole thing, but we'll keep a separate list of what we've paid him already. So, at any rate, Sunny, if you're watching, so far we're doing okay. We've only probably listed 10 things. We have 5 sales for $128 bucks. I hear Reagan coming. She's got a new shipment of Eneman coming. Come here, babe. Don't go nowhere. All right, so she just packaged these up. Come here. Come here. Ah! Yeah. All right, so how many did you think you packaged up? You got any idea?
Probably 50 together, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah. How many of the cards did you sign?
15.
15 of them. So if you get a Reagan signed one, you're getting pretty lucky. Did Turner sign any?
No.
You didn't sign any? All right, we're going to have Turner sign 2 of them. We're going to put them in there. So if you get a Turner one, you're extra special. All right. Thank you, baby.
You're welcome.
How much do I pay you? Say $5 an hour. Say I'm ripping you off. Give me a kiss. I love you. All right, this one's going out to Melanie, and Melanie says I don't need to read this message. She says, this is her, I'm going to read it anyway. This is my second Eneman. This one is for my office. I know how you're getting overwhelmed with messages. Just know that I appreciate your channel and your content, Melanie. Melanie, thank you so much, and we do appreciate you watching. And hopefully, you know, he must have brought you good luck the first time if you're buying a second one. All right, here is a vintage Great Lakes fishing reel. And this is the other thing, you know, I'm the jack of all trades and the master of none. And one of my very, very first videos was about fishing lures. And I knew nothing about fishing lures other than the tiny, tiny bit that I had known from selling, I think, 1 or 2 like 15 years ago. And I knew they had some value, but you had to do a little research. I have an uncle in North Carolina who is really, really good. So Uncle Mark, if you're out there, I appreciate you. And you helped me out with some fishing lures. I still have a box. I don't know if you can see it. You probably can't see it right here. I don't even know if I have this one listed. And there's a lure in here. But I had a lot of success with a box of lures. It wasn't even a box. It was like a tackle box. But all the contents had been taken out of the tackle box and put in a box at a garage sale that I went to with my wife. We had an unbelievable day that day. And I'm like, how much you want for this box full of, it was essentially messed up tackle and twine and all kinds of stuff. But they had boxes with lures in them, but they didn't match the box. So the lure didn't match the box. If that's the case, it's a little tougher because it's tougher to locate what type of an item that is. Although most of the old lures have the name printed on them, and you just got to find the right one. But if you have the box to go with the lure, you're going to make a bunch of money if they're vintage. And sometimes you can sell the box. Matter of fact, I sold just a box for like $25 out of that lot. And my uncle helped me out a little bit with those. Some of the very first videos, I hesitate to even mention them, were about fishing lures. I think I have one holding one up like a thumbnail. They weren't very good though, so I probably won't even link it. But out there with fishing lures and vintage fishing items, you can make a ton of money if you get the right things. I think it's worth taking time to learn it. Or at the very least, seeing it out there in the wild and looking it up to see what you have. A lot of times, though, people know what they have with those things. This family didn't know what they had, and they were unloading things like crazy. And so we just snatched it all up, and I think we probably made $400 on that box of stuff is my guess. There was more than just fishing lures in there. There's all kinds of stuff. But at any rate, this is a Great Lakes reel. And these are like Bakelite handles. I'm not sure it's Bakelite, but that sure is what it seems like. These are even mismatched. And this isn't an amazing one, but it's in great working condition. And a lot of times it'll have a model number on it. I don't think this one does right offhand. It doesn't. It just says Great Lakes. It's got this little red dot right here. And I took a nice little picture of it. Sometimes it's good to take a sideways picture of it, so you're getting it at an angle so you can see where it says Great Lakes, you can see the handle, and you can also see the reel instead of just the plain Jane like straightforward like everybody takes. You take a picture to the side and it makes it stand out just a little bit more than the other pictures. And I actually got what I was asking for this fairly quickly, and I thought it would be a really long tail one. I got $10 for it. It's nothing special, but the reel isn't anything special either, so I think I paid $1 for it is what I paid. And there's 5 or 6 that we're selling off for like this kind of a price. And then the rest we have in the antique booth for like $4, $5, $6, $7, $8 a piece. And we'll make some money. It's not amazing money, but we'll make some money on it. All right, this one's going out to Patricia. And Patricia says, love this plush. We'll save for our family Christmas exchange. Gonna be great. Thanks so much from another reseller. This is Nana Tink Treasures. And thank you so much. You have been so kind on both of our channels, and I see you out there in chats every once in a while. And you have you didn't mention it here, but I think you have your own eBay channel. Matter of fact, I know you do because I watched one of your videos the other day. Nana Tink Treasures. So thank you so much. We do appreciate it, and it's headed your way. All right, we have a bunch more sales, but we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna split this into 2 videos because I want to get an update on the Commonwealth cabin. I know a lot of you are as anxious as I am to get in there, but I wanted to show you this special gift that Ed sent us and one other thing that came in the mail the other day as well. All right, first off, Ed sent us all of these ashtrays. I haven't talked about ashtrays many times lately, but if you've been around the show or watched any of the garage sale videos, I find it hard to pass up ashtrays. And I sell some on eBay, and then some I put in the antique booths. And I don't make a lot of money on them, but I just like them. I don't know why, but I do. This one's kind of cool. It's kind of got some off coloring in it, and I like it. I don't know if that would sell on eBay. Probably not, but I might give it a shot, but I doubt it. This one I'll probably put in the booth. This one I may keep, but I'm not a collector. This is awesome, Ed. It says Peter Pan, and I'm not quite sure about this. I probably should know this. I think it says Peter Pan. Looks like maybe a restaurant. I don't know. Y'all tell me in the comments what the heck that thing is. I don't think it's any kind of peanut butter or anything like that. So I'm curious. Maybe you know and I don't know. But I want to look at that one and do a little research on it. This one is cool. I really like that one as well. It may end up in the booth. It may end up sitting up here on my shelf because I like it. Or it may end up on eBay. But that is so kind of you, Ed. But this is what's amazingly kind. And I've just got to show you all this real quick. All right. And I guess, probably wouldn't mind that I'm showing you the whole content of this thing. But it says, Dear Kevin, first and foremost, thank you for all that you do for the reseller community. Your teaching skills show up every time you do a video. I look forward to your content after I have been in my shop all day. I'm retired, but I stay busy selling on eBay and working all kinds of things. The enclosed money is for Travis and Lisa. Your kindness and generosity that you are showing them will pay dividends. Hope they get you a little bit of money. So, Ed, I don't even know what to say. That is unbelievable. And I am sure Travis and Lisa are just going to absolutely be blown away by that, as I am blown away by that. I don't even know what to say. So I'm just going to say thank you and leave it at that. Just one last gift from a viewer that I just want to mention really quick before we let y'all go for today. And it says quite a bit, but I'm just going to read a couple things. I've dabbled in resale on eBay for many years. Yourself, John, Lonnie, that's Cincinnati Picker, and Shed Flips, have re-inspired me to give it a go once again. My wife and I are using the proceeds to purchase land in the future. I started a YouTube channel that helps folks out All Fun and Adventure. Is that the name of the channel? I'm not sure. Leave me a message in the comments. Our eBay store is Sticky Whiskers. So that is amazing. Thanks for your helpful information and transparent videos. God bless you, Nathan. Nathan, thank you so much, and you'll see it out there in the Commonwealth cabin. And thank y'all for joining us as always. I'm going to turn this thing off, and I'm going to make another video really quick. And I'm going to take a day off tomorrow. I might even go on a date with Blue Ridge Mama. We'll see. And tomorrow's video, hopefully, will have an update on the Commonwealth cabin. Thank you so much for joining us as always, and we will see you next time. Sophie. Sophie girl. How you doing?